The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Your store, your style. By the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, where sports medicine experts help athletes maximize their potential.
We're at the OC, Oak Creek High School, home of the Knights, and tonight we will feature Oak Creek battling rival Franklin in a boys and girls basketball doubleheader. I'm Lance Allen from today's TMJ4.
And I'm Mark Stewart, prep editor of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Also tonight we got hockey action for you with a couple of Milwaukee area's best on the ice. Sometimes you meet an athlete who truly inspires you. It's not always their athletic skill. Sometimes it's their strength and spirit.
And Mark, the young man you're about to meet, overcomes his disability and provides leadership for his team. Brad Preeter has the Boston Store featured student athlete.
At first glance, spectators might wonder what Marcel Dinsmore can do. Marcel knows the answer.
My family has always taught me you can do anything you set your mind to. So I always set my mind to be able to do whatever I want to do.
Dinsmore, who plays for the Milwaukee Juneau Reagen co-op team, was born with a condition called ectrodactyly. Neither of his hands is fully developed. In fact, his left hand is just one digit. Marcel doesn't let that slow him down on the basketball court or anywhere else.
There's some things that others can do that I possibly can't, but that won't stop me from trying. Like if I want to tie my shoe or zip my coat, I don't want help. I want to figure it out on my own and eventually accomplish that goal.
An honor roll student at Reagen High School, Marcel arrived here at Juneau when the two schools formed their co-op a couple of years ago. Cell, as teammates call him, quickly gained the attention of Coach Aaron Spearing, not because of his physical condition necessarily, but because of his refusal to ever give up. Now Dinsmore is the Pioneers' captain.
We knew we needed somebody like that refused to quit, and since we've made him captain, it's been the motto of the team. He's really stepped up, and even though we've had a difficult start, we still work hard every day, and we refuse to give up, which is a testament to Marcel's character, his personality, and who he is.
While Marcel leads by example with his work ethic and intensity, he's also a vocal leader on the court.
He talks, on defense. He makes everybody on the team a better player.
Coach Spearing says some of the Pioneers' opponents haven't paid enough attention to Dinsmore, and Marcel has made them pay. He hit 4 3-pointers in one game this past week and is shooting 36% from deep this season. Now opposing teams are starting to see just what Marcel can do.
He can do a lot more than what people expect him to do. He's a great shooter, and even though that he has the disability, he can still, get past you off the dribble and create space for his own shot and, make plays for others.
He can knock down the three-pointer. He got great defense. Probably one of the best defenders on the team.
They don't believe he can shoot. And then once you believe he can shoot, you don't think he can drive, and then he damages you that way. The only real issue he has on the floor is his height, is nothing else.
This young man is a great example of what a positive attitude can do. What Marcel may lack physically, he more than makes up for with a fighting spirit and a huge heart.
Teammates respect me because they know how hard I work in practice. They know I'll do anything to help my team win.
And he's always positive too. I never seen him mad or nothing. He's always positive.
Marcel is a cousin of Milwaukee, Washington standout Jordan Dinsmore and nephew of Washington assistant coach Johnny Dinsmore. They've been among those who have inspired Marcel to succeed.
It's just a testament to his personality, his family, his upbringing, those people that have surrounded him, that he's just that tenacious.
Now, Cell knows that he can be an inspiration to others.
I would like to be an inspiration for everybody who has my condition all around the world, who feels like they can't do anything that a quote-unquote normal person could do. I've gotten a couple comments like, you're an inspiration to me and all, and I really appreciate it. It really warms my heart.
By the way, Marcel's team plays in what is now known as McDowell Montessori School, which most people around here know as Old Juneau High.
And the team is known as the Juneau Reagen Pioneers, and the team gathers around Marcel as he receives his plaque.
Marcel, I'd like to congratulate you on being named Boston Store's Featured Athlete of the Week.
All right, thank you.
It's Boston Store's last-minute gift sale this Sunday through Tuesday. Most stores open 7 a.m. to midnight. Find perfect last-minute gifts and save up to 65% store-wide. Plus, don't miss bonus buys, like ladies' pajama sets $19.97, 50% off men's sportswear, men's gifts 60% off, and 40% off entire stock of coffee makers, food processors, and blenders. So hurry into the last-minute gift sale. Shop in-store or online. Boston Store, your style.
No matter what your schedule, personality, or lifestyle, our primary care providers do everything possible to make every day a little healthier. It all begins by listening and getting to know you. It's about convenience with flexible hours and locations near you. And it's about connections linking you to the power of academic medicine right in your community. For a primary care provider who gets you, get to us.
We're back on Preps Plus, coming to you this week from Oak Creek High School. And last week, Oak Creek and rival Franklin got together for a boy-girl doubleheader.
And Mark, both the boys and girls teams have gotten off to good starts, and we have highlights of both games. Here are your Preps Plus highlights.
The Franklin High School boys basketball team would love to carry on the kind of success that its football team had this fall when it reached the state championship game. With their quarterback leading the way in scoring, the basketball team got off to a strong start. Oak Creek, meanwhile, is off to a solid start as well. The Knights' resume already includes a victory over defending Southeast Conference champion Racine Park. Junior QB Max Alba is averaging about 20 points a game for the Sabres, who came in 3-0. The Knights feature a whole lot of seniors, including Joey Zietlow, who buries the early three ball. Speaking of quarterbacks, OC signal caller Jacob Sinani calls his own number. He sneaks into the lane and scores. Then it's the 6'5" Max Alba with a hand in his face. He hits from beyond the arc. Drew Yetka would have a big night for the Knights. He connects from deep, one of his 5 threes in the game. Nice teamwork here as Blake Miro chases down the loose ball. He gets it to Yetka, who finds Matt Kosser under the hoop, and Oak Creek leads by 7. Franklin uses the long ball to close the gap. First it's Max Alba, then Marcus Lee with the quick release. Still, Oak Creek leads by a bucket at the half. Fans were dressed in pink for the Relay for Life cancer fundraiser. A good bounce for the Knights here. The pass is deflected, but still ends up in the hands of Joey Zietlow. Their lead is 6. The Sabres close the gap, and when Caleb Selensky connects for 3, we're all tied up. Back-to-back buckets by Drew Yetka, including this long ball, put Oak Creek back up by 5. Drew is fired up. He scored a game-high 23. The Sabres keep on clawing their way back in it. Tough shot here by Faisal Obadat to get back within 2. Down 5 again, it's Marcus Lee from the top of the key. The Sabres are again within a basket. They've got the ball in the closing seconds and try for a game-winning 3, but it's off the rim and the buzzer sounds before they can get off another attempt. Oak Creek holds on for the hard-fought 41-39 victory.
It didn't look beautiful out there at times, but key guys stepped up in key moments, and I think a lot has to do with seniors.
We're all there for each other, and we see that the whole game. We're clapping, we're diving on the floor, we're congratulating each other when we hit a shot. We're all just there for each other, and that's what's going to get us through every game.
Now it's the girls' turn. Franklin off to a good start, coming into tonight's game undefeated in conference play. Will try to hand Oak Creek its first conference loss in over 4 years. That 58-game winning streak is on the line tonight for Oak Creek. Oak Creek quickly established the early lead. Here, Leah Finn hits from outside for the long deuce. The junior had 9 points in the game. The Sabres would cut the lead to 2. This steal, senior Megan Lee picks the passing lane and is off to the races and finishing. Franklin down 11-9. The Knights would start to pull away. Here, Cassandra Bartek hits from beyond the arc. She had 5 threes on the night and led all scoring with 15 points. Oak Creek's offense easily moving the ball around finds Katie Gard open underneath. The Knights' lead opens up to 31-16 at half. Oak Creek's D would get very stingy in the second half. Here's senior Jessica McIntosh cuts through the lane for the layup. Franklin's senior guard Madison Shell finds a way to get open for this long-range bomb from well past the arc. But Oak Creek was just too strong on their home court this night. Bartek hits her 5th 3-ball of the night. Oak Creek's streak rolls on, 56-36.
I think it took us a while to get going. We didn't move the ball well against their zone to start. After we moved the ball, we hit some open shots. I think it just opened everything up. We hit some transition baskets, and then I think we seemed to go from there. I think defensively we were solid all night, by showing what the score was. And I think even when you're in some cold spells, as long as you're playing defense, I think that we'll be all right.
Wisconsin Lutheran won the Littleton Boys Basketball Championship 10 years in a row before falling from the top spot last year.
That's right, Lance. And this year, the Vikings are hoping to win the final conference title in the league, as the conference will be disbanding at the end of the school year. Scott Babler was at Wisconsin Lutheran in Watertown this week, our Preps Plus Game of the Week.
It's an early season battle for the top spot in the Wisconsin Little 10. Watertown, winners of 5 straight, visiting undefeated Wisconsin Lutheran. The Vikings are currently number 10 in the state D2 poll, and they've dominated the series with the Goslings, taking 7 of 8. But Watertown shows they mean business tonight. Farron Voigt with the acrobatic dish to a wide-open Trevor Teets. Gosling's on top early. Brunard Williams draws the D and pitches to the big guy, John Bailey, as the Vikings tie it up at 10. Both defenses were very stingy in the first half, with turnovers leading to points. Here, Williams with the block, the steal, and the bucket as Wisco goes up by 5. Very next possession, Viking Mike Radu steals the cross-court pass, and he finishes 20-13 Wisco. But the Goslings can play that game as well. Here, Voigt with the swipe, and he weaves his way through heavy traffic. He had a game-high 21, Wisco leading by just 3 at halftime. The offenses start to click in the second. Colin Schultz with some hard work inside. The Goslings have tied it at 23. Then watch some nice Watertown ball movement as Max Clark gets the deuce. The Goslings grab the lead, but the Vikings respond. O.J. James, nothing but net on this corner 3 as Wisco regains the lead. Then watch Williams with a nice spin on the baseline as he powers for 2 of his 12 on the night. Later, it's Radu with this runner in the lane, and the Vikings stretch their advantage to 9 points. Finally, it's Williams with the beautiful bounce pass to Bailey for the hoop. It wasn't easy, but Wisconsin Lutheran stays unbeaten as they get by scrappy Watertown 55-44.
We really had to execute our offense, and we had to grind it out. We really couldn't, get as many points as we wanted to as in the first 3 games. But we respect Watertown and their program, and we respect how their defense is, so we really had to grind it out, like Coach said, all week in practice.
Coming up later in the show, we'll feature 2 of the area's top hockey programs, plus feature a young Packers offensive lineman and hit the water for the Team of the Week.
That's right, Lance. And for more information on high school sports, be sure to check out the Preps Plus website at jsonline.com. That's where you can check out our all-area football team, as well as our boys and girls basketball rankings and notes. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Sports is an ideal place to teach life lessons that children will need to get forward in life.
The focus of the program is to help benefit and advance the community in Milwaukee.
Having all of those resources come together to support my students is just amazing.
There's a lot of positivity that can spread from this to many people that's really going to make a big impact in our community.
Think of joint pain like a warning light in your car. It means something in your body isn't working right or could be damaged. And the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network is where you go to keep everything in working order. Our orthopedic and spine specialists will show you all your options, from non-surgical remedies like physical therapy to minimally invasive treatments and advanced surgical techniques to get you going again. Isn't it good to know what is possible?
Jason Spriggs was a multi-sport standout back in high school in Indiana. The Packers rookie was recently pressed into service due to injuries on the offensive line.
We sat down with Jason Spriggs on this edition of From Preps to Pros.
Me personally, I don't think there's any reason to focus on one sport. If you really want to go play basketball and you've been playing football, go play. If you're having fun, just go do what makes you happy and have fun doing it and give it your all.
High school was a very busy time for Jason Spriggs. He excelled at football, but had a hunger for a number of different sports, namely basketball, track and field, and even lacrosse.
Each one of those sports, there's a reason I was playing, and usually it was just getting in there with my friends and playing ball. So I think in all aspects of it, I'd probably take out the athleticism and some of that, but really it was just getting the fun out of each sport.
The Packers liked what they saw of Jason at Indiana and did something Ted Thompson rarely does. They traded up in the draft to get Spriggs to Green Bay.
The talent level is a lot better. There's everybody here is at that talent level that the one or two guys in college that you played against were. From high school to college to here now, I think it's more so just getting in with the group of guys that was there, learning from them, taking in as much as you can, and just really going 100% at everything you do, at every moment. And by doing that, it'll take you where you need to go.
Now that Jason has completed his climb from Concord High to Indiana University to Green Bay, he looks back and shares some sage advice for up-and-coming athletes.
You listen to your coaching, give it 100%, and really buy into what your coaches are telling you, and going hard every play, going hard off the field, and you're studying, getting good grades in school, just really giving it your all in everything you do and putting your heart into it. And by doing that, like I said earlier, it'll really take you where you need to go.
The Nicolet boys swim team put on a dominating performance in winning the Brown Deer University School Invitational.
Craig Harden checks in with the Knights, our Preps Plus Team of the Week.
The Nicolet boys swim team won the Brown Deer Invitational last weekend in dominant performance. Those guys right there won 8 of the 10 events, making them our Preps Plus Team of the Week.
I think we did a really solid job encouraging each other, definitely at the other end of the pool. While we had our swimmers and teammates swimming against each other and the other teams, we were definitely probably the loudest team out there cheering for our teammates, and we just really pumped them up before they went up behind the blocks, and we knew that we could come out with a win.
Going into the meet, we were looking to, go out and win. We didn't quite think it would be by quite the margin that it was. 174 points is quite the win for us. But overall, it was a good meet for us. Really brought the guys together more than they already were, and we're looking forward to going on and doing bigger and better things.
The Nicolet Knights are no strangers to having a highly competitive swim team.
We have so much tradition here, and our coach, Dwight Davis, a few years ago really left a strong impact on the team and really told us to carry on the tradition. And so as seniors, now that I'm a senior, I really want to carry that on and pass it on to the younger guys.
A handful of the guys know that, swimming outside of the season is a big part of what's going to help make them successful. And so then they pull and talk to the guys that, you know, they think could help the team get to the next level, and they convince them to swim in the off season. So that's a big part of it. But once the season comes, everyone has the same focus of going out and swimming hard and fast in practice every day.
When I joined, people started telling me about how good the team was and how we had Olympians before. Yeah, it really helped, like watching the people actually make it onto the Olympics and just thinking I could do that, and then just coming up for the team.
And with the popularity of swimming growing with each Olympic passing, swimming across the board has seen an increase in participation.
And usually after an Olympic year, the numbers kind of rise up a little bit and then they start to peter off. But I mean, due to the recent success for the past number of Olympics for USA Swimming, that's really helped just push and grow swimming as a whole.
It's not as widely known as like some other sports, and they just like try it out. Like some of the swimmers have never like swam before. Like we have a couple of people who are just learning how to swim, and it's cool how they've found to like the sport.
Congratulations, guys, for being Preps Plus Team of the Week.
Hey, I'm J.R. Radcliffe from Lake Country Publications and Now Newspapers. Our 2016 All-Suburban football team is out, and the Coach of the Year and Player of the Year both hail from the same school, state champion Brookfield East. Running back Sam Santiago-Lloyd became the third two-time winner in the history of the All-Suburban team, dating back to the late 80s, and first-year coach Ben Farley is our Coach of the Year. Check all that out at mycommunitynow.com and see our Lake Country team at lakecountrynow.com. We've got coverage of all winter sports. If basketball is your fix, feel free to check us out at Roundball Rankings, mycommunitynow.com/roundball. Preps Plus will be right back.
It's Boston Store's last-minute gift sale this Sunday through Tuesday. Most stores open 7 a.m. to midnight. Find perfect last-minute gifts and save up to 65% store-wide. Plus, don't miss bonus buys, like ladies' pajama sets $19.97, 50% off men's sportswear, men's gifts 60% off, and 40% off entire stock of coffee makers, food processors, and blenders. So hurry into the last-minute gift sale. Shop in-store or online. Boston Store, your style.
No matter what your schedule, personality, or lifestyle, our primary care providers do everything possible to make every day a little healthier. It all begins by listening and getting to know you. It's about convenience with flexible hours and locations near you. And it's about connections linking you to the power of academic medicine right in your community. For a primary care provider who gets you, get to us.
Like any great athletic program, managing concussion is a team effort. The concussion management team consists of the athletic trainers, the physicians, and the therapists working alongside the athlete and their team, the coaches, and their parents to ensure a complete recovery. While more than 80% of concussions resolve within 2 weeks, sometimes it takes more than relative rest or limiting activity to get the athlete back to full sport. Sometimes additional interventions are needed when concussion symptoms linger longer than expected. Recommended treatment may include vestibular therapy that focuses on balance and dizziness, or graded exercise treatment in which an athlete slowly integrates into full activity. When sidelined with a concussion, it is essential that the entire concussion management team work together to get the athlete back in the game as quickly and safely as possible.
To learn more about the sports medicine program, visit freighter.com/sports.
Last season, University School and the Waukesha Wings represented the Milwaukee area at the WIAA State Hockey Tournament.
The Wildcats and Wings compete against each other in the Classic 8 Conference and faced off earlier this week. Here's Scott Babler with tonight's Spotlight.
They both made the state tournament last year, They both rank in the state's top 10 this year. It's an early season Classic 8 showdown between University School and the Waukesha Wings. The Wildcats of USM are off to a solid 5-2 start, while Waukesha has put 5 of 6 in the win column. It was a stalemate for most of the first. University School had a couple scoring chances, but Wings goalie Garrett Larson was up to the task. Here he stops a drive from Brandon McGill to keep it scoreless. Late in the first, a breakthrough. Time running out, Waukesha on the power play. Ian Malcolmson with the slap shot from the blue line. It rings off the post and goes in just before the first period horn. It's 1-0 Wings after 1. But Malcolmson was just getting started. Midway point of the second, on the break, Ian draws the defense and makes the pinpoint pass to Chad Larson. He goes top shelf, and the Wings go on top 2-0. Wildcats try to get back in it. Here, Logan Giesness rips a shot, but Larson calmly gloves it. But a Wings penalty gives USM a power play, and the Cats take full advantage. Tim Rooney with the wrister, and McGill slams in the juicy rebound with just seconds left in the period. It's 2-1 Waukesha after 2. Mid-third, and the Wings catch a break with a 5-minute power play for head contact. Trenton Tucker with the shot. The puck is loose in front for an eternity, and Kevin Broda finally flips it in. Some breathing room for Waukesha as they now lead 3-1. Meanwhile, Garrett Larson was a brick wall. Here he stones Charlie Mahoney to keep the lead at 2. Now under 2 to play, USM pulls the goalie for the extra attacker, but Malcolmson is on the loose, and that is not good news for the Cats. The empty netter is Ian's 10th goal of the season, and that caps an impressive night for the Wings as they cruise by the Wildcats 4-1. It's a huge early season victory.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, every time we take a step forward, it just progresses us and we keep going. It's fun going against USM. They're in our conference, and it means a lot.
Anytime that you get a big win, you can gain momentum off of it. I hope it's continue to take one step forward, and I don't want to see any steps back at this point.
That's a wrap for tonight. Christmas is quickly approaching, but we'll be out and about at local schools this week, and we'll be on again Sunday night, which is Christmas night.
So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you again on Sunday the 25th. Until then, I'm Lance Allen.
And I'm Mark Stewart. Thanks for watching Preps Plus.
The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Your store, your style. By the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, where sports medicine experts help athletes maximize their potential.